Welcome back to Salty Runback. Partly, we're here with a half episode uploaded in the middle of the night because the final starts in about 12 hours. And we're here with the Ole Miss support Rhino the night before the 2025 College League of Legends Championship. Rhino, good to have you. Thanks for staying up with us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Finally, I get the great opportunity of being on here after many denials from you guys.
Apparently, we've not been returning Rhino's texts.
It's a tough process, you know. The requests are just so high from everyone.
You do gotta, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dude, I
understand it.
I kind of love this. It's like this night before the battle kind of like shit. I feel like we need to give a disclaimer for the audience that Rhino is here willingly and is not sacrificing his sleep for Salty Runback.
We did hold him hostage. Yes, Julie.
We're not supposed to tell them that.
No. You were talking to me earlier as we were waiting for Hawk to come down that this is probably the first like it's not your first LAN, but first LAN with like a crowd / audience that you'll be playing in front of, because you started your career back in 2020. Are you ready? Are you excited for it? Are you a little nervous for it? Like, what's it feeling like going into
it? It's going to be first and last, I guess, potentially. But yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much, honestly. I've just been here enjoying being with everybody on the team, spending my time with everybody. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's going to happen on stage. You know, maybe I'll have the jitters, maybe I won't. But right now I'm not too nervous. I think we'll just get out there and hopefully the good version of Ole Miss shows up tomorrow. And then we'll take them out.
What I've learned from stuff like this, happens. Just make sure you don't drink too much caffeine. Like, drink your normal amount, I think. I know we're going to be up early, too.
I don't really drink caffeine.
You don't?
That's probably a good thing. Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
I remember my first thing we did in CLOL, I chugged 3 coffees, and I just was shaking the whole time. So it's not, that just adds to the nerves. Dude, I know you want to be
I'm going to have way too much adrenaline. I'll be coffeeless tomorrow.
I'll stick with water and be fine, I'm sure.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's definitely for the best. I mean, you know, I feel like it's a great segue immediately into some of the actual questions too, which is, you know, you kind of mentioned this being first, maybe last LAN. I want to immediately talk to you about your role in the team, because you were the first one here. Ole Miss Esports and Ole Miss League of Legends, it started with you, and now, you know, I think you can definitely call this a culmination of all your hard work making it to this finals. It's been a real pleasure to be able to watch that. Just tell us a little bit about the journey over the last, what has it been, 3-4 years?
Yeah. So I was the first player Ole Miss recruited for their program. And with that, I was hoping that myself being there and Ole Miss being the prestigious school, university that it is, we would bring in other big names, good players. You know, arguably that may have happened recently. But no, we have a lot of great players.
That's crazy.
We got a lot of great players, lots of great guys. I really couldn't imagine being up there with anybody else except maybe KJ, because KJ was there at the beginning too.
Right.
But anyways,
shout out KJ.
He's graduated now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
First graduation out of our program. So
nice.
Very proud of him. Yeah, I think it's really gratifying to finally make it to finals and hopefully win. Fingers crossed. I believe in us. Yeah, in the previous 2 CLOLs that we've been in, things have just really not gone our way. One time I was throwing up the day of the match that we got eliminated in. I was just feeling terrible. And then we got eliminated, and that was kind of a bad day, but
doesn't sound ideal.
Not the best day ever, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's great to be here. It's been super nice being here, getting out of my shell, getting out of my room once in a while. So yeah, it's super cool to be here.
Now you're doing you're transitioning into an assistant coach role, right?
Yes, after this. So the reason why it's the first, maybe last LAN. You know, maybe I come out of retirement at some point, but I'm most likely, the plan is that I graduate after next semester, and we want to find the new replacement for me to fill in my shoes for the upcoming CLOL. and I want to still be around for the team and be in a coaching position. It's something I've always been interested in, being a coach and helping a team, because, I'm not going to be a player forever, even though, maybe I could be skill-wise. I just don't really, I don't know, I don't see my motivation being there as a player for too much longer. Being a coach should be super cool. Get to continue spending time with the boys on the team, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
Well, you had the tryouts a couple weeks ago, right? So you were trying to scout out the next talent. I don't want you to leak anything, but how was that experience?
So we had tryouts, and I was observing most of the games. One game we actually had some people couldn't make it, and I had to fill in, and I had a perfect KDA. Won the game.
Oh,
I had to teach the kids a lesson. Just stomped the game. So I still got it for now, but definitely some promising players, I think. Definitely could fill in my shoes, and we could make another promising run next CLOL, I think. But no decision has been made or anything, because we've been focusing on this finals.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a little tough when always finals is after the school year, but I mean, obviously, everyone going to be completely focused on this, and so, the big game tomorrow against Maryville. You guys have faced them already. Tough 3-2 loss, but then you immediately bounce back and beat Winthrop. Tell me a little bit more about that last time you guys played against each other. Because, I mean, I know for the fans that series was absolutely absurd and everybody won on the viewership front. But, what do you feel you guys were able to take away from that series?
Honestly, I would imagine that you guys probably remember more of it than I do. I have a horrific memory, and I usually try and not remember too much about losses like that. I try not to remember too much.
Never
but I'm glad it was a banger series. It was fun. It was fun to be a part of. And if anything, it showed ourselves, showed everybody, showed Maryville that when we are the good Ole Miss, we can take anybody. We can take games off anybody.
Doesn't matter who's on the other side.
Our problem is it doesn't matter on whoever's on the other side, because we will drop games to anybody if it's the bad Ole Miss. So the thing is, to me, is it shows that it really doesn't matter who we're playing against. If we show up and play our game, we can easily beat them. So hopefully that's what happens. And as for the specifics of what happened, I really couldn't say much.
No, that's okay. Honestly, I feel like as far as specifics, I'm hard pressed as well, purely because that series was
I just remember
a little bit of chaos.
I remember game 3 was you guys were winning, and then Maryville came back, and then they were at your Nexus, and then you guys won, and then we went back and forth. It was 50 minutes, and then you guys ended up winning.
My anecdote for that game is I went to work being Maryville's pushing into the base. Looks like it might be over. And then I had my lunch break pretty quickly after I get to work, because that's how my schedule is. And I saw that the game had only just ended and that Ole Miss was up 2-1. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And I guess not 30 seconds after I went into work, all hell broke loose. But anyway.
I'm just going to assume that I did something good.
It was definitely 100%. Without remembering it.
I must have done at least something good in the series.
I mean, I remember it being pretty good. Yeah.
You talk about the good Ole Miss and the bad Ole Miss, and we certainly have seen both throughout this season, most notably in the NACL.
Man, why did you bring that up?
We've seen some, for sure. We've seen both.
We've seen the good Ole Miss where you take games off of Luminosity, play them close, and you've seen losing games to Polestar. So, in terms of early indicators for us as we're watching the series tomorrow, can you tell certain things that the good Ole Miss does that the bad Ole Miss doesn't, and then vice versa, just for us to kind of get that in our heads a little bit?
Outwardly, as a spectator, it's kind of hard to say what you should look out for. I think I'm not totally certain what it would look like as a spectator, but what it feels like for me is we the bad Ole Miss plays in like kind of an erratic way and we feel too overpressured to make something happen, and then whatever happens is just disastrous. And the good Ole Miss will be structured and, follow steps, follow a plan, or, something of that nature, and just look a lot cleaner, feels a lot cleaner to play. And that's sort of all I got for that. And
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, good Ole Miss for tomorrow.
Hopefully good Ole Miss.
I believe. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when you all have done as much as you have, especially we could sit here and joke, NACL this, NACL that. Like, I think it's fair to say the collegiate season has always been, the prize, right? And
Yeah.
now you all have done everything you've needed to do to make it to this point, and the team's done everything it needs to do. Like, it's reasonable to expect that that good version will show up because of how much.
Yeah, for sure.
And
We feel so far we feel great about going into it. Especially going back to the BO5 we played, the whole time I felt very confident.
Yeah.
Obviously we lost, but I felt really great about it the whole time, and I think we definitely can show up for this finals and take it. Hopefully 3-0 would be nice. We can get out of here early.
Oh man, dude, wrap up the
Well, we
stream.
want-
by,
we
yeah,
want-
I
we
know.
want to get out of here,
okay.
Well,
I might be a little biased on that.
You can give us a content game or something. We wouldn't complain. But
I wouldn't put it past us to give us to give a content game.
Yeah.
I feel like, Rhino, do you have an int champion from history? I feel like some people we have
Clyde Locks and Nautilus.
Clyde Locks and
We really
Nautilus,
lose,
and
right?
we say Clyde Nautilus Aware, or Tempos Thresh, or
Well, that's especially, yeah.
I don't know. I think you guys would have to tell me. I feel like I play pretty clean.
You kind of do play everything kind of pretty
yeah,
good.
you're pretty solid. Because I also never feel like you're completely inting, at least.
No, but everyone ints on Alistar.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
ints on Leona.
It's kind of your job.
If you're losing,
you know?
that's your job, right?
Yeah, I mean the melee supports when you get behind, it's just a death. Yes. It's unavoidable. Nautilus, Leona, it's just.
Yeah.
Especially when you start falling behind, it's
Just death. I feel
here
like
goes nothing.
I feel like there was one game maybe on Nautilus or something where I had 1 billion deaths, but I'm not.
It probably happens.
It probably happened.
As we've established, I forgot.
No, that's okay.
I've long forgotten about it.
That is a-okay. I was just wondering if there was
Yeah.
you guys go up 2-0 and then we see up. Okay, Rhino gave us our content.
I mean, I could definitely give some strange champs, but.
I mean, yeah,
I might not
you
be
guys are
inting on the
strangers to
champs.
cooking, yeah.
But
Well-
they'll be a strange. It might be a strange champ, but maybe not 100 deaths or
Yeah.
anything like that.
We'll be counting. Well, my last question, last serious question before we wrap things up, because I know we want to get you.
Yeah.
Your bot laner partner, Shogo.
Yes.
You're actually the longest tenured support that he's played with all of his CLOL career, because he had Chookies for a little bit, and then he moved over to UST, then he had Daption 23, and then now it's been you for 2 years. Have you feel like you kind of have learned how to play together a lot? And I guess the other, to add on to that, his whole quest for 3 CLOL championships and everything like that, does that add any pressure to you as his support, or just for the team as a whole?
What do I care if he gets 3 or 2?
Good answer.
I mean, I would like to win for me.
Yeah. No, there you go.
But I feel like I don't even feel like it's been much of a learning thing. I feel like pretty much immediately when he came over, we
clicked pretty quick.
pretty much
I remember
instantly.
Our first split, we watched you in 24 spring during OQs. It was
Pretty disgusting.
these
Yep.
guys are crazy.
Yeah. A lot of what we would hear from teammates or Brandon Colomer, our coach, people kept telling us that the whole the first 10-15 minutes of a game would go by and we would hardly say anything to each other because we're just usually on the same page about things, because we just see the game, at least from bot lane perspective, pretty similarly. We just like to push our limits and test the enemy bot lane. And yeah, so we just see the game similarly, and it usually turns out pretty well for us and pretty poorly for the enemy bot lanes.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like we've just been sort of a constant, steady, like have been very solid pretty much the whole time we've played together. And yeah, I think it's just been pretty smooth sailing since he joined.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say so. And I mean, man, what a duo you guys have been since he came. So, I mean, it's been a treat to watch. I guess last unserious question, because that was the last serious question, But, part of making the CLOL finals land isn't just, hey, you get to go win a trophy, but you're in Raleigh, North Carolina. Have you done any? Yeah, oh yeah, I know. I think this is the city of dreams, right? Yep. Is there anything fun you guys have done as like a team, or any fun anecdotes?
Yeah, I mean, it's been like a dream to be in North Carolina for sure. But
hey, man, some of us like it here.
There's nothing. I don't have any beef with North Carolina. It's great. It's been cool. I mean, we've really just been pretty busy since we've been here.
Yeah.
We plan on going to Topgolf after the finals.
Oh,
so
heck yeah. Victory Topgolf, of course.
Oh, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Victory Topgolf. It would be a little weird to go to Topgolf after a potential loss. I'm trying not to think about
just
that.
Just like a soul-crushing loss, and you guys are just like the music player in the background.
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker myself, but I promised the team that I would drink if we won. So we'll see.
Oh,
for the people.
We'll see how that goes.
There you go. Yeah.
For the people.
So maybe the highlight hasn't happened yet. So we gotta get there. We gotta get there.
Well, the highlight hasn't happened yet because you guys haven't played the games.
Yeah.
So we're excited to watch you, Rhino. Thank you so much for sitting down. We're gonna get you to sleep, and I know Colomer's gonna
get
be mad
us
at us
to sleep. Yeah.
Colomer's gonna be mad at us if we keep you up for too long. So
yeah,
before you go, any last shout outs? Anything else you want to say? Yeah.
Shout out to the boys back home in Tallahassee. That's pretty much it. I mean, whatever. Shout out to everybody at Ole Miss, like whatever.
This one's for them. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Shout out to God. Whatever. Like whoever wants to shout out, just insert them.
All right. Well, Rhino, thank you so much, and best of luck in the finals very soon, tomorrow. We'll see you.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap things up right here. But remember, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/UniEsportsNA and twitch.tv/RiotGames for the 2025
I think that's the one you should say first.
College League of Legends Finals. See ya.